welcome back to the Sophia D Radio Show, and I am excited to finish out our Women's History Month with my friend, my spiritual mama. I don't know what other titles to give her. She's the queen of fashion, and that is Pastor Nicole Bowens. Her and her husband, Adrian, are pastors of New Vision Outreach Ministries here in Greenville, and Pastor Nicole has this fashion show April 27th at Long Branch Baptist Church from 5 to 8, and I am just so excited because I love fashion. And if you've never seen this queen chocolate, when I tell you this woman can dress to impress and dress, and you go smack yourself. I'm sorry, did I take it too far?
No, you're not.
Okay. Because I have never seen you dress down. You always, you're just flawless. Pastor Nicole, how important was it for you to start Kingdom Elegance Boutique?
Well, really, honestly, when I started the boutique, like you mentioned, fashion. I just really love fashion. I've always loved hair, nails, clothing, shoes, all of my life. That's just been a passion of mine. And so when I started the boutique, it was, okay, I want to be able to provide elegant clothing for women around the board, women in ministry in particular. And it's so important for me to see women look nice. And so that's what it was about from the beginning. But as I started into it, God started speaking to me about it. And it went from being clothing to ministry. And not long ago, he said to me, the boutique is more than fashion, it's a ministry. And he started showing me some things. He started showing me where when I would have the pop-up boutiques, women would come in, and there were some women that would sit here for 1 and 2 hours.
Me.
They would have, they purchased whatever it is that they wanted, but they would still be here. I've been able to minister to women regarding marriage and just, things of God, period. And so that's something that he spoke to me. So it went from clothing to ministry, and then also God started showing me like a lot of plus size women, which is the majority of my clientele. He started showing me they would have on clothing, and they would come out the restroom and they would look like, oh my God, I feel this, I feel that. And so it shifted from being clothes to them to an attitude change, to looking at themselves differently. And so that's what's really blessed me about it, is being able, because it really does not matter what size we are, what skin complexion we are, what height we are, we're all beautiful in God, because of the way he created us. And so I want women to be able to see that about themselves, that it does not matter what you look like here, it matters about who you are here. And clothing just really accents what's already in us. And I thank God for allowing me to bring that out in women.
Pastor Nicole, the Kingdom Elegance Boutique is all about fashion, elegance, and affordability. And I can say this because I've bought a lot of things from Pastor Nicole. Those 3 key words are so important to women when it comes to fashion. So can you elaborate a little bit more on why is it important for, to be fashionable, to feel elegant, but you can do that and it's affordable? Because I know with me being plus size, I like to look nice every day, but if I go to Lane Bryant, I got a coupon or I got to save my points up because it's just getting to be so expensive to buy clothes for women of size. But when I come to your boutique, I'm like, oh, I can get 5 items or, 3 items for like, $50 or $60 or $70, and that's affordable versus that one item out of the name brand store, and it's going to cost me $70.
Exactly. And it is important for me to provide the fashion because I want women to look nice, but I want them to be able to afford it too. And so in being to be able to help women to afford what it is that I'm providing, there's not a lot overage in there. Even when I do pop-up boutiques at discount, there have been times where I did it to where there was no profit in it per se, tangible profit, but the profit of watching somebody walk out and say, oh, I feel good about myself. I love this. I heard a young lady say to me one time she felt empowered. and that really blessed my
Nice.
spirit.
Yeah.
So yes, in order for me to have a business, it has to be profitable.
Yes.
But I know God will bless because I'm submitting to what He's telling me to do.
Yes.
And so part of that is allowing women to be able to, you know, get some clothing and get something nice, and not something that looks cheap or anything like that.
Yeah.
Something that is quality,
Right.
and they look really nice
Right.
about it, and they feel nice about themselves.
Right. And I know with fashion, especially in ministry, you know, there's still some traditions that people say, oh my gosh, you can't wear makeup, you can't wear this, you can't wear that. But why is it important for women to be fashionable and understand that they can still love God at the same time?
That's important because, like, I have a lot of ladies, clients that are pastors and ministers, and so they purchase clothing to minister in on Sundays. That's important because a lot of time as a pastor, you know, we have in that robe and it's hot and you're sweating and all of this stuff. And so with this, God has also shown me, okay, we can go to church, we can minister, we can speak, be elegant, be sexy, and be fully clothed, and look fashionable, you know, and you can have all of that in one, you know, because sexiness and all of that and fashion is not about everything on your body showing, you know. Again, what you put on you displays what's on the inside. And so with Kingdom Elegance Boutique is all rolled up into one. And I just really, I flow with what God tells me daily with the boutique. I just flow with what He gives me.
And my attitude is I want to look like Ruth, but just cleaned up.
Yes. All right then.
Sorry, God, I just had to use her as an example. So we're going back to the sizes because your sizes that you offer to women, they don't discriminate at all. So why is it important for all sizes to be styled properly?
Properly. That's a good word. You use the word properly. Proper, to the definition of proper is different for some people. My idea of proper, especially in the kingdom of God, is definitely being clothed completely. I think that's very important that, you know, as women, we carry a certain level of elegance and class and sass. You can have it all together and have everything together, but it's so important that we actually are proper in what it is that we do. And so proper for me is the proper attire, even goes to undergarments. I'm going to start focusing on that with ladies, because there are some times where I see beautiful outfits that could be amazing if the proper undergarments are under those. You know, a lot of us, especially when we get older, I'm almost 50, so we start having the waistlines like this is something perfect for that. It camouflages all of that. And so for me, that's what's proper, is making sure everything is together from the outside to the inside out.
Well, if you need a model, I'm available.
All right then.
We'll see how this is going to work.
All right.
So I want to talk about your fashion show, my Esteem fashion show, and I just feel like it's gonna wild your expectations, and I pray that for you. I really believe that. So I want to talk about this crazy lineup you got going on. So you're gonna have Kimberly Epps, Reggie Rock, my girl Equator Kennedy, Jewel Williams, Rosalind Nelson, and the one and only Delightful K.
Yes.
Why is this lineup so important for the fashion show?
I needed to cover a lot of different areas. And so when I started the fashion show, when God started downloading into me, He was like, okay, you want to bring some other people in with this. Because one thing, God has called me to help develop not only my business, but other people's businesses. And so I always want to bring spotlight to other people, because it's not just about Kingdom Elegance Boutique. Yes, I can provide some jewelry myself, but no, God took me to Miss Equator Kennedy. And I was like, I can bring her in to spotlight her gift. To spotlight the thing that God has put in her. And so we have to have the hair, we have to have the jewelry. I thank God for my friend Rosalind that's in Michigan. She's coming from Michigan here. She has a shoe boutique in Michigan, and the ladies would be in her shoes, you know. And then, of course, we have Dr. Delightful K, Miss Tanisha Goldsmith, the MC, which would be amazing. And then as I was going through the process, when God kept saying, it's more than fashion, it's a ministry. And he gave me Kim, and he gave me Reggie Rock. And so I reached out to them to be a part of the fashion show, because it goes back to ministry, and whatever it is that I do, I wanted to glorify God. And so how can we glorify God without worshiping Him? And so we will go into worship as part of that. And so I'm really excited about what it is that He's doing, and He's been downloading some different things to me daily. So it'll be a fashion show, unlike any other fashion show that anybody has seen.
So what are your expectations for the My Esteem fashion show?
My expectations is that the women and the girls that are there, my models and those that attend, that they leave with a different mindset. That they leave with a mindset of, I am beautiful. You know, I've been doing some research lately about suicide and the way we look and all of these different things, and they tie hand in hand with young ladies, and it starts at early ages, you know, when the kids are like 5 and 6 years old, where they're really focused on how they look, and young girls are dieting at 8 years old. And so we're so focused on the exterior that we really lose sight of who we are. And so my desire and my passion is that the women leave there feeling different, feeling good about themselves, because they're going to see some women walk the runway that are not models per se. They're everyday women, everyday young girls that we're not worrying about, we got too much of this or too much of that and not enough of this or any of that. It's that this is the way God created us, and we're going to walk in that, and we're going to walk in boldness.
That's good. Would you say that the My Esteem fashion show is birthed out of the Kingdom Elegance Boutique?
It definitely. It was definitely birthed from the boutique. Yes, it was definitely birthed from that. And even when I started the boutique, I actually started seeing a fashion show. Yes, like early on. So it was definitely birthed from that.
I already got my outfit together because I bought this one little piece. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You got to come to the fashion show and see me, okay? And then Pastor Cole's like, you got to get you some leather leggings. I said, on a bit, girl. And I thought about that, and I said, okay, now, I'm going to fake these heels. I'm going to wear my flats, like, you know, most of the time. But when it's time to shine, I'm going to put them heels on.
Okay, then.
And figure out how we're going to make it past 10 minutes.
You can do it.
But we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
You can do it.
Pastor Nicole, what are some things we should look forward to going into the fashion show?
One, like I just mentioned, we're going to have ministry, of course. We will have intercession as we go in. I will also, discuss and mention why the fashion show was birthed, why Kingdom Elegance Boutique, the ministry, was birthed as well. Just really, I really want to highlight my models. I want to highlight my vendors. I want to highlight my sponsors, because again, it's just not about the boutique. It's not about the fashion show. It's about everybody involved. And I have a very large team that's a part of this event. And so I want to put some focus on highlighting who they are as well. And again, like going back to my models, I just want them to, just feel a different way about themselves, and because a lot of times we look at models as, you're a size 2, 3, or 4, and you're 5'9", and that's not what Kingdom Elegance and My Esteem is about. I had some ladies reach out to me that were models, and they were asking when is it that I would be doing rehearsals and auditioning for models, and God gave me the models, so there was no auditions involved.
And you keep it real because it's everyday people.
Exactly.
And it's not the model type figures. It's 5'3", short, chunky legs.
Yes.
Wobble when you walk.
Yes. Those are my models. Yes.
Can business owners still purchase a vendor table?
Currently, no.
Okay.
We have no more spaces for
Womp, womp, womp. No, I'm just
vendor
joking.
tables. No, and the reason being is I want to spotlight those that are there. I want them to get support as well, and so I didn't want an overwhelming amount of vendors there. And so those that jumped in early, they're in, and you know that portion is closed.
Yeah. Last question. Maybe not the last question, but sort of last question. What advice can you provide to women who are always on the go and they don't have time to dress up or to be fashionable? What advice could you give a woman
that's always on the go? That would be me. As far as clothing wise, I would say make sure get a lot of different pieces that you can wear. You can dress them up, you can dress them down. You know, even what I have on now, I have on heels with it. I can kind of take it up. I could throw some jewelry on with it, or I can take the heels off and put on some flats and still be fashionable. So I would say get some different pieces so that you can mix and match some stuff. And again, a very plain outfit can be made elegant with the jewelry that you put on. A lot of times, how you accessorize with a nice purse and some heels as well. So. Just get a lot of different pieces too, so you have something to pull from when you're on the go. I love stuff that does not require ironing and you know all of this stuff. So I look for a lot of different things because I am moving constantly. Yes.
And how can people purchase tickets to the My Esteem Fashion
They
Show?
can purchase tickets. Those that are participants in the fashion show, a lot of them do have tickets, so they can purchase the tickets from. The participants, some of the vendors, the sponsors, they're $15 each. All of my models do have tickets as well. Or they can go to the website, which is www.kingdomelegance.net, and you can go online and purchase the tickets as well.
Okay. Pastor Nicole, thank you.
You're
we
welcome.
wish you the
Thank
very
you.
best, and I can't wait. April 27th, listen.
Yes, 5
April
o'clock.
27th, 5 o'clock, okay? Bring your money, your debit card, your credit card. We don't take checks because it might bounce. We might do a little cash app. I am not Pastor Nicole spokeswoman, but I am today, okay? April 27th, 5 o'clock, be on time, don't be late, okay? Because you might be sitting in the back.
Yes.
And if somebody likes something and just grabs one of the models, it just says, you know, hey, that's for me and not for you. I'm sorry in advance, okay?
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not going to hurt them, but if I'm going to look good in it and I want it.
That's the plan.
Bring your money so you can dress like Pastor Nicole, why not? And by the way, if you are looking for a church home, please come out to New Vision Outreach Ministry. Her and her husband are some of the most wonderful people, and they look good together. Like, when I get almost 50 again, I want to look like this. Okay, so to my husband who's behind the camera, I want to look like this.
Amen.
When I get close to 50. I didn't even know she was almost 50, so that makes me, you know, I'm all up in my feelings right now. But anyway, Pastor Nicole. Yes, he is. Pastor Nicole, we're going to end this off with Women's History Month. Thank you for being a part.
Thank
Are
you.
you coming back?
I am.
And your husband coming the next time?
Yes, definitely.
See
Definitely.
I can threaten people with the Lord. I'm just joking. We'll see you April 27th. My Esteem Fashion Show, April 27th, 5 o'clock. Bring your money, debit card, credit card, cash app it. You better have your money ready. And the Lord will bless you, make you look good, feel good, make you feel sexy, make you feel like Ruth, just a little more cleaned up, dressed up. Okay.
Thank you.
When she met him, she got lost in his smile. She dug his looks, dug his clothes, and dug his style. His game was fabulous, his sexiness was outrageous. The boy was contagious, she fell in. 9 months later, she was having his twins. He said that he loved her and would always be true. I love you, marry me, I'll take care of you. She said, I do. Now she's getting up at 3:30. Gotta go to work for the man, it's early. Her money is tight, but the bills have got to be okay, it seemed alright. But pretty soon, she quit school to put him through while she worked through the night. He claimed that to be a lawyer was his call, so she worked and worked to put him through, yeah, winter, spring, summer, and fall. His graduation came and employment was soon behind. He's making big bucks now, but about her, he changed his mind, so she's still getting up at 3:30. She's gotta go, it's so early. Her money is tight, but the bills have got to be paid. Oh, she's gotta make it through another day. Now she's on her own, just her and her kids. She reminisces about the crazy things she's done and the way things could have been. She gets angry sometimes when she thinks about it, but decides that she's resilient and she will rise above it. They're gonna make it. She's coming out. She's finding herself, and for a while, no doubt, she'll still be getting up at 3:30. She's got to go, it's early. Her money is tight, but the bills have got to be paid. Oh, she's gonna make it with her babies. She just keeps on getting up at 3:30. She keeps on getting up at 3:30. It's 3:30. It's 3:30. It's 3:30. It's 3:30. But the bills have got to be paid, and it's so